Hello, dear friends. This is Mildred, once again coming to you. I'm going to go ahead and want to tell you about this dream that I had. Before you hear anything, make sure you take it to the Lord. Always test the spirit by the spirit if this concerns you. I just want to put this out for the public at large, as one would say. I had to take notes because it's all over the place. But the parts that I am supposed to tell you, I didn't want to miss anything. So here we go. It starts at a church. I put my glasses on so I can see. I don't miss anything. Excuse me. It starts in a church, and the church is dead. I know the church is dead because some of the individuals that I saw, I know personally, and they are no longer with us. The piano keys also were gone, which was a big thing to me because, I'm a musician. To the right of this where the piano was and people in the seats were sitting, there was like an open room, but it was burning. It was like a courtyard. There was a fire here and then a fire over there, and but it was an open room. Then I was outside on the street, and there on the right, I was walking down the street, and there were big, beautiful blue pillows on the porch. Like in your house, and you have on the sofa, you have the pillows that are on the sofa. It was like that, but it was on each of the porches of the houses as I was going down the street, and they were beautiful blue. I continued to go down the street, and I came to a building which was shaped like a teepee. It was a house or a building, whatever, but it was tall, but it was shaped like a teepee. And I went in, and there were different emblems and signs from different organizations, or one would you call secret societies. And these were all burned up. Next, I was in a closet with someone else. It seemed I was with someone else, and we were searching for something. And I left them in there. They were still searching. I came out, and there was a person eating at a table. I left them in there. I went out the door, and there was a group of people leaving. It was a rather large group. It seemed like these individuals were older, and I left with them. I started walking with them. The next part of the dream, I was getting off of a ship. I told the crewman, thank you, and going off the ship or departing the ship, there were people selling things as you get off, and people selling their trinkets and earrings and necklaces and things of that nature. I walked, and I came to like another open courtyard. It was large. It was white, and I saw there were well-known people that you and I know, see on TV, whatever, and they were having conversations. It seemed like they were eating seafood, or they were eating, I remember there were crabs and the fish. And the fish kept falling off the table. And I kept trying to put the fish back on the table. But then there was a large noise, and everybody started to run. The next thing, I was walking, the first time the houses were on the right. This time the houses were on the left. And I don't know if you know what they are, but they were like shotgun houses. Like you could open the front door and you could see straight to the back. That's how these houses were. And I kept on walking, and it was like a I guess a warehouse. It was a huge warehouse. And I was walking through it, and I saw several well-known people, again, people that you and I would see on television. They were not doing so very well. The next part of the dream, we were on a bus. Then it skipped, and I was in a tall building. At the top of the building, I was at the top of the building, and I looked out the window, and people were trying to get in the window. They were trying to get in the building, but they couldn't get in. They just couldn't get in. Inside the room where I were, there were different people in the room, and everyone was doing different things. Another part of the dream is where I saw the earth looked as if a jackhammer had been taken to it. Yeah, the construction worker has a jackhammer, and he hammering the ground, and the cement and stuff was coming up. It looked like the same thing, but this is just the earth. It wasn't the cement. I mean, all of that was in it, but this was like the earth. Looked like a jackhammer had been taken to it, and it was all broken up. The other part looked as if it was covered by oil. So not only did the earth look as if the jackhammer had been taken to the earth, but other parts of the earth looked as if it was what I guess we call it sludge or oil mixed with dirt, but it was very shiny, but it was all over everything. It was on the ground. It was on the what trees that seemed to be left. It was on the houses. It was in the house. There was somebody trying to sell a house with all of this stuff on it. Also, different parts from the aerial view that I was getting. There were people sitting in different parts of the city. It was like there was a community of houses on a hill over here, and it was green. They had roads, things you could drive. Then over here, it was maybe a group of people in an RV. You could with some people in it. There was a building here and there. I saw there was an auditorium. People were sitting in there. It looks as if other people were feeding them or what have you. They were being fed. But I went to the top of this building and I looked down, and that's what I saw. There are more parts to the dream that I'm just not at liberty to share. But what I got from this, what really stuck out, is the dead church. The dead church. The emblems, the burnt up emblems, and the part where you won't be able to get in. And then the part with the earth being broken up with all of the sludge and the oil. Judgment's going to start at the church. So far as the emblems and the secrets, that's your business. But I know only what you do for Christ will last. If you're building right now, make sure you're building on a rock, on the rock, because everything else gonna be towed up. I said, just feel it. I just know. You would want to choose ye this day whom you're going to serve. You would want to do that. Don't wait. Don't wait. As a matter of fact, right now, you can do that right now. Just go to him and give your life to the Lord right now, because you don't know the day or the hour. No one does. Okay? He said only my Father in heaven knows. Go ahead and do what it is you want to do, but I wanted to share this with you. I needed to share this with you. Now I have shared this with you. So I want you to go and be safe, be mindful, be careful, and if there's a choice, be kind. And don't forget to forgive and love one another. Okay? All right. Bye now. Till next time.